Hey, welcome back. So a couple of weeks ago, I decided to challenge myself to write a book writing app, an app that writes authority books with the BMAD method, Claude Code and Cursor. A lot of people might call this vibe coding, but it's really not vibe coding because there's a lot of planning that goes into this process. The BMAD method allows you to use the agile development process to plan and execute on your software project. So that's the method that I used. And my goal was to complete this project by August 16th, which was Alex Hormozi's book launch day. And I missed that by a day. So this is the day after that. It's August 17th. And I'm actually pretty impressed with how far I've gotten. I have the MVP mostly done. So let me show you what I have. So I've got the landing page here, and then I can take email signups for people who want to join the wait list. Simple landing page, and I don't actually have this deployed yet to the domain name, which I have reserved, but I'm going to be doing that today. I have it integrated with Google single sign-on, so I can go in here. You can sign up for free with the sign up, create an account, or you can just go in and do a Google sign-on. And I'm actually going to use my Gmail account for this. Go ahead and continue there. I've already done a test book, but I'm going to write one from scratch here. So basically to write a book, you hit this new book button here. And then it asks you for author information, book details, what writing style you want, how long you want the book. And then you can generate an outline with AI here, or you can paste in your own outline. And eventually I'm going to have supporting materials, so you'll be able to add your own sources or actually have an AI agent go out and do research for your book and pull that in. The plan is to have a vector database, maybe with a knowledge graph search in there. So I haven't actually implemented this part yet, but I do have the rest of it done. So let me show you how that works. I'm going to go ahead and put, for author, I'm going to put Not Alex Hormozi. Didn't spell that right. Then I have a bio here. This is actually just a brief Alex Hormozi bio. I'm going to call this Not $100 Million Money Models. I have a book description as well. And then you can emulate an author here. You can select from these tones and styles, or you can emulate an author, which I'm going to do. Choosing Hormozi, Alex Hormozi here. So then you input the target words per section, the number of chapters in your book, and the sections per chapter. And then you can have a target words per chapter. And then when you put your outline in here, you can either have it write the outline according to what you put in here, or you can paste your own outline in here, and that will override everything that you have in here. So it's going to actually follow the outline. And for the outline, I actually had ChatGPT go out and do some deep research on what it thought Alex Hormozi's book was going to be, what the outline was going to be, and it came up with this. So it came up with a predicted outline for the $100 million money models, gave me all this stuff. So I've got this chapter by chapter outline. So I'm just going to paste that outline in here, and it should be able to parse the outline, and then we'll be able to edit the book. So let's give this a try. So now here's the review book outline dialog. You can move chapters around with this, with these arrows. You can modify the sections in here. You can add sections. I'm just going to leave this alone. You can delete sections. So this is all based on the outline that I just provided. And the chapter numbering here is a little weird. We've got correct chapter numbers here, but because in the outline we just had conclusion and then we had introduction up here, it says chapter 0, but that's not going to be a problem. So now I'm going to create the book. And now you see we're in the book editor. The book's been created successfully. And now, if you look at the top here, we've got all of our chapters and sections on the left-hand side here. So we can go through each one of these chapters and start writing. So we can write manually, or we can write automatically. So I could actually go in here, and from here I could either just start typing if I want, or so I could just start working on the book, or I can do this AI assist button here, and if I want to write this section, I can just draft a section right here. I'm going to go ahead and hit generate. So there's a little bit of a bug here where it's listing this twice, but I can go ahead and edit this and save it. So I've got that section done, and you can see it's actually looking pretty good. It's really well formatted. It's written in the first person. I was trying to get this to write in the first person as Alex Hormozi, which doesn't look like it's doing right now, but we can control that because I've actually have access to the prompt. But let's do the rest of this chapter. Say I get really lazy. I don't want to write this entire chapter. I can just go over here. I can go draft full chapter. It's already written the first section. It's going to write the rest. So we'll let this go until it's done. Okay, so now we've got the whole chapter written here, and I see it's not writing in the first person, and I think that's because I actually put Not Alex Hormozi in there as the author, and in the prompt I have write from the first person view of author name, and since I have Not Alex Hormozi in here, it's writing it in the first person view of Not Alex Hormozi. So let me show you where that is. I can go in here, go to account settings, and then I have system prompts in here. So for the global system prompt, yeah, right here I say write in the first person view, point of view, assuming the role of the author, which is not Alex Hormozi, but I could actually change this right now to Alex Hormozi. Let's do that and see if that changes the way it writes it. I'm just going to hard code this, and then I'm going to save it. I have to go down to here. I need to move this save button to the top. And now let's go back to my books. We'll go back in. This is the book we were just writing. And let's look at these other sections. See, it's still writing it not as Alex Hormozi. Let's do this section. So chapter 2, I'm going to go ahead and write this section, and let's see how it writes it. There we go. Now it's in the first person. See? I remember sitting in my first office, really just a converted garage, staring at review numbers. So now it's writing it correctly. If I would have just put Alex Hormozi in there as the author instead of Not Alex Hormozi, it would have started writing it as Alex Hormozi. So let's say I get really lazy and I want it to write the rest of the book. I'm going to finish this chapter first. I'm just going to go ahead and say draft full chapter. Well, see, it picks up where it left off. And I'm going to let this go ahead and finish. And we'll come back when it's done. Okay, it's done. So it wrote chapter 2, and I noticed in the dialogue it said it was writing chapter 3, but this heading was still the same. So there's a bug there where in the dialogue it's saying chapter 3, but it's actually writing chapter 2, which is a minor bug. So I've got the first 2 chapters written. We've got 11,000 total words. We're 15% complete. Let's finish the book. Let's just write the entire thing. Let AI do everything. I'm going to go ahead and write the entire book. We'll let this run. And let's time it. It's 1:21 p.m. right now. We're going to write the rest of the, 9 chapters, and we'll see how long it takes. Okay, that took exactly 40 minutes to write the remaining chapters, and I noticed this last one, not sure if it got written or not, but I believe it was written. It just hasn't been updated because of the counting situation here. It's got the chapter numbers wrong. Let's look. Nope, the last chapter did not get written. So let's write that one. We'll do draft full chapter. It's actually, yeah. It's actually chapter 11, but it says chapter 12. I have to fix that. I also noticed some funky stuff happening with these progress dialogues on the left, and then the percentages for the right entire chapter dialogue, it wasn't updating correctly. So once I fixed the numbering issue, I shouldn't have to manually, in quotes, manually write the last chapter, but I had to do it here because it stopped writing. Okay, it looks like the book's done. It finished writing the last chapter. Let me close this. This didn't get updated, probably because of the numbering issue. That's funny. This didn't get updated. Let me refresh this. The conclusion isn't getting updated even though I wrote it. Anyway, let me fix that and come back. Well, let me show you how I'm going to do this. I'm going to talk to Claude in the Cursor integrated development environment, and we'll see if we can fix this issue right now. So I'm just going to go, I'm going to say, so here I said the writing chapter dialog is not displaying the correct chapter number while it's writing. Let's see if it fixes it. It found where the chapter number is displayed. It's checked to see how it's being passed from the parent component to the editor, from the editor. Yep, this looks right. It's the order index instead of the actual chapter number. It's a zero-based index, so it starts at 0 and then it's so it's a chapter behind. So it's going to take the order plus 1 to get the chapter number. There we go. So it's just going to fix the chapter numbering scheme because the introduction started with chapter 0. The chapters were off. Okay, now it's saying it's fixed. So I'm going to go back to this last chapter. Let me reload this. Of course, this is going to give us new problems. See, this isn't a walk in the park. It can be complicated. I've dealt with a lot of frustrations over the last couple of weeks trying to get this to work. I get one thing working, and then I break the next thing. I think what I need to do is restart the server, so I'm going to do that right now. Let me... this is the book we were working on. And now I can go down to the last chapter. And then let's see if it gives us the right chapter number when we do the draft full chapter. There it is. It's writing chapter 11. If you notice up here, this is actually updating properly now that we have the chapter numbers correct. Watch when it finishes this section, it'll update up here. There we go, 98%. It should jump to 100 when we're done. Okay, so now we've got 100% complete. Now you see we have an export book button here. I'd actually like to rewrite these sections though, because they're not written in the first person. If you go down to these, they should be written. Yeah, see, these are all written in the first person. I mean, this one is, but it's not written from Alex Hormozi's point of view. So I'd like to be able to rewrite these. But right now there's no way for me to reset this. What if I delete this whole thing? Let's see what it does. Oh, yeah, it reset it. Wow. The AI did that. So now I'm just selecting all and deleting it. Whoops. So now I've gotten rid of all these sections and look at the percentages updating properly. Now I'm going to rewrite this chapter by doing this. And let's see if it writes it in the first person as Hormozi. Trilogy recap. There it is. Monetization matters. Promise of the book. Yeah, so these are ordered properly, but I don't know why that keeps popping up. Oh, because I didn't save it. Okay, so now I have the entire book. 65,000 words, and we've got 11 chapters. And now, if I want to export this book, I can export it to a Google Doc. And at the risk of this breaking, I'm going to try it. Let's see if it works. So we're going to export to Google Docs. It's telling you what's going to be exported. You have to give Google Drive permissions here. Now it's requesting my permission. Now it's exporting. And now I can open this in my Google Doc. And you look, it's properly formatted here. You can go to each chapter. And I'll provide this to you guys so you can actually read it and tell me what you think of it. We've got, if we do a word count, 68,000 words. And then how many pages? We got 181 pages. Also, I'm going to continue to work on this. Actually, let me show you. This is periodically breaking too, but let me show you the settings. Here we go. So you can see the status is completed here. We have a filter here where I can look at draft or books in different states. Completed shows me that this one we just did. If I go to account settings, I'll show you what's in account settings. We've got, right now I've got Google Gemini, OpenAI, Anthropic. You can use your own API keys here. And then you can select a default. So I've got Anthropic set here because it's still the best writer in my opinion. And then the system prompts for, so this is the global system prompt that tells it what the goal is. You know, you're going to be writing an authority book, and all the rules. And then here we've got the generate book outline prompt. We've got the chapter outline prompt. We've got the draft section prompt, draft chapter prompt. And then there's all this other functionality that I haven't tested yet. Extend content. You actually highlight the text in the editor and you can expand content, rephrase, or improve writing. There's a summarize function, continue writing from a specific point, and a simplify function. Formal writing, casual writing, and it all uses variables that are in these double brackets here. And then this stuff I don't have set up yet, but we've got email notifications, project updates, a weekly digest. This is like for gamification where you can, the ghostwriter will notify you of the summary of your writing progress. Preferences for the software itself, dark mode, light mode, font size, autosave settings, and interval. We have two-factor authentication for login, password, change password, active sessions, and then billing information for if you decide you want to subscribe to this service. I'll have all the tiers in here, and I don't even know what those are going to be yet. I've got to figure out what this is going to cost me before I figure out what the pricing is going to be. It'll be reasonable. And then because you can use your own API keys, if you just decide to go that route, it's going to be a lot cheaper. Because when I use my own API keys, I incur the cost for the AI tokens. So you can choose to have that cost passed on to you, and then as a result of that, the subscription would be a lot less. And then there's a help and support, which I haven't even touched yet. And then for me, as the admin, I have a dashboard here. And it shows me how many users I have, how many books have been generated. For the landing page, how many people are on the wait list. And then a summary here. And that's it. I mean, that's all there is for my MVP, but I have all kinds of other ideas that I want to add. Like I'd like to add illustrations, the knowledge base where you can do, and then a research agent So you could have a research agent go out and do research and then place that research into a knowledge base so that as you're writing your book, the agent that's writing the chapters can go and refer to that research and then cite that research as it's writing if you choose. What else? If you guys have any ideas, let me know, because I'd love to hear what you have to say. And of course, I know there are some of you that think AI should not be writing books. And I understand how you feel, but, you know, AI is getting exponentially good at pretty much everything. And at some point, it will get better than humans at writing books. And to be able to spin up a book, if you want to learn about something, to be able to spin up a book or a course or any kind of content that will teach you what you want to know, you're not going to care who wrote it. I mean, I don't, especially if I just want the information. So that's my opinion on that. I know a lot of people just react and think that AI shouldn't be writing books, or it shouldn't be generating art, or it shouldn't be doing anything that humans can do. But really, this is just another tool to help you achieve things faster. Look at it as a tool to, you know, enhance your abilities. It's just a tool, just like everything else that you use to help you achieve something. So anyway, let me know what you'd like to see me add to this, and I will be monitoring the comments. And if if I find some good ideas in there, I'll throw it in here, and I'll even show you how I implement it. So we'll see how far we can take this. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.